Welcome back to Nova Joes versus Pros. This is the semifinals where we'll actually see two Joe teams go up against one another to see who moves on to the championship round. I'm Steve Kane. I'm here with
Matt Hammersten. Fun rounds to watch.
once again, we're here to represent Team Rubicon. We're trying to raise as much funds as possible for this great organization that brings veterans together to help local communities get past disasters such as hurricanes, flooding, tornado. Please check them out at teamrubiconusa.org. They also have an international team as well. But as you see here, it is going to be two Joe teams playing against one another. But from what I've heard, there are some amazing shots that take place.
Yeah, so this is straight golf now. Because it's two Joe teams, they don't have to do the hoops that the pros did. So this will be a very interesting match. Also, I mean the crowd just wants two Joe's teams, and especially a Joe team in the final.
That's absolutely right. This is an opportunity for Joes to be in the finals. And you know it's even better if you've noticed at the bottom of the page. We have Crystal Wallace on one side and her husband, that's right, her husband Scott Wallace.
Oh, that's right.
On the other team. So it's not only is it Joe versus Joe, it is husband versus wife.
Yeah, Crystal put up a really good shot there, and then
Morgan.
Well, you know, it's hard to throw another really good shot after one's already out there.
Hey, but let's be honest. Morgan, active duty Army, just recently had a child, little Sawyer, and the little Sawyer has been out on the course all day. So not only is she out there throwing discs, huge amounts of distance, but she's out there watching little Sawyer along the way. So amazing competition out here.
Yeah, I think they're in this weird purgatory spot on this hole where they have to choose which side did they want to go on. There's the kind of the back door, and then there's the main fairway. It looked like Morgan tried to throw the hyzer up the back way, like Biscoe's trying to do right there, and Crystal kind of tried to go back to the original spot.
So where they landed is going to be perfect for the short tee pad, because they landed almost in an area where you'd have your path from the short tee pad once it's installed. So we get a little of that flavor going.
Oh, a little unfortunate roll. I shouldn't be too far away though.
So I'm gonna give you a little backstory here. Crystal and Morgan didn't realize that if they'd won here, they would go to the championship. So keep that in mind.
I love hearing the chirping from Crystal early.
Yeah.
Just letting Scott know, yeah, get out of here. We're winning this.
Yeah, and especially when they put it towards John Biscoe, because there is not a canvas more deserving than that of John Biscoe, simply for making this course.
Yeah, we get to see how he's gonna attack this course, so that'll be something.
Yeah, so John Biscoe is the one in the blue Prodigy shirt, so you'll see him up here. And so if you want to see how this course is supposed to be played, watch him. He's designed it.
I think Morgan tried to go after that early backhand spot.
She
almost did. She almost got it too. That's not how you're supposed to play this hole.
Yeah, that's it.
That is a TD local route. Absolutely, I'm calling you out on that.
He
John
sold me on that route. That is a sneaky play. I like it.
A little long look.
What's great about this is you have to have that really soft touch when you crest that hill, because if you don't, it's going 40 feet past the basket.
And Crystal might already get her way with the door kind of open for first blood on.
She wanted to run it. She was she didn't hold back.
I like this play, kind of check up on the hill with forehand.
That is a brilliant play. Look at that. Almost sunk it.
Yeah, and just really let the stability hit into the hill instead of glide down.
Look at this putt.
That's a phenomenal putt. He might be sleeping on the couch because of that one, but that's okay.
But I'll tell you what, that was a smooth putt. Maybe worth it. That's worth a little couch time for sure.
What is this? Hole 4?
Yep.
This is their third hole. This is hole 4 on the course. It's it's one of these relatively short par 4s, but it's tight. Basically this group I think is going to try to land near the blue basket because that's kind of the general landing spot of the hole anyways. And then try to throw a relatively shorter approach.
Yeah. And, I must thank
that took a nasty kick too.
It did, but I have to thank Nova Disc Golf Association. They put a lot of work in this and helped me make this event take place. So just wanted to give a shout out to them real quick. Scott's got a big arm.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's got to get down, but it drifted over enough to give him space to land back down on the right.
They could have a run at it from there. It's a long run, but they can.
Yeah, and even that spot's fine. Crystal made sure they stayed in the fairway, which is really important on this hole. That's a phenomenal shot. We got some golf.
We absolutely do. Yeah, I was just gonna say, if you're an amateur getting out in that open, and what makes the difference is if you're able to get that second shot up towards the basket, then you can easily par this hole and even have a chance for a birdie. Or you can do what John Biscoe did. And hit it.
Yeah, and starts laughing instantly after that mistake. That's a little shorter than you'd like as well.
It is, but did you hear Crystal laughing at them?
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, that's a good bid.
Yeah.
Really impressive to even have that good putt there.
Don't worry, Scott's got this. I think. Maybe. Nope.
Oh, and you hear Crystal in the background.
She called it. Too high. She called it.
No, that was absolutely Morgan's second shot put some pressure on the guys group to get close on their approach, and they just couldn't do it.
Yeah, so we're back to hole 5. Straight shot right down the gut. If you have a little understable mid-range, you'd be able to pipe it down there, maybe even a fairway, depends on your arm speed. But I like this hole because it's one of the hardest shots in disc golf. Straight.
It's just leaking a little bit, but that should be something. Should be something.
She made it past the iron leaves, so she's good. They have a putt.
It's a good hole, just a little to the right.
Yeah, there's some trees that bend over up to the right, and you have to get past
them. They have
a
look from Morgan shot, though. And it was just too much hyzer. It's the right idea for this hole, just a little too much hyzer. I love it.
I do. The talking back and forth is making this card what it is. Oh, hey, great upshot. That's a good upshot. It's a lot of woods in the way.
You also have some demoralizing thought on this hole when you don't get relatively close.
Yeah.
And then you see your lie in the hollies, and it's not easy.
Yeah. A lot of times you see rollers come out of there.
Green light for Crystal to try to run this. Oh, she gave it a run too.
She did. She was trying to knock the basket over. Game of inches.
All right, hole 6. This is their 5th hole. Par 4. Again, we want to land relatively near this blue basket, and then kind of it doesn't really dog leg to the right, but it does go off to the right here. Girls kind of taking it to the guys right now.
They are, you know, and ideally where you want to put this disc is right in the opening past that log down on the ground. If you look out in the fort by the blue basket, that's ideally where you want to be.
And Morgan's shot was inches from perfection.
Absolutely. She's not holding back. But really, honestly, he's not in a bad location. He has a hyzer into the basket, most likely.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of scrambling these groups can do. It's a really good shape on that shot. Oh, and the basket gets in the way.
She put it in the blue basket. I love it. I wonder if she paid $5 to everybody.
You got to be in on 5-1 though.
Nah, I guess. I don't know. We always play it. If you do it, you pay up. I don't think John liked that one.
I don't think he did either, but that should be fine. He might have wanted to be a little farther right, but he got enough distance where it should be fine.
Oh, one last kick, but there's still a makeable putt from there, especially these two. They're pretty good putters. Oh, she held on to it a little bit long.
I wonder why they didn't take Morgan's shot that went into the basket.
Yeah, well, there are a couple trees up there by that basket where you do have to do a big hyzer, whereas they were kind of in the open there. So I could see why. Nice touch.
Yeah, a little soft bid there.
Yeah. All right, let's see if they make me a liar or not. Told you. I called it.
I love it. That's what, 50?
Oh, yeah. Definitely circle two. All right, back to hole 7. Now, if you remember and you've watched the other coverage, this is the one where the pros would have to throw with their offhand. But we're just going best shot here. Play off I've seen forehand roller off of the tee pad.
Yep,
as
that's
well
a play.
As high flex. There's about 3 openings if you see in front of you, and you got to hit one of them. So find any way you can, in my mind.
Yeah, I like that shape from Crystal. Just needed a little more stability as it was flying through that gap.
Yeah, when you get to this hole, you definitely want to try to stay to the left. You get to the right, as you what was that? Was that a Michael Jackson move? I don't know. It's yeah. That's the way you play it.
Yeah, and that's an old school shot there where you're taking an understable disc that's that you're just trying to get flat the entire way of its flight. And he gets way down there.
Wow.
He might be too far right. It pinches off the farther right you get of that blue basket.
It does. And as you see, they're gonna have to scramble now. If you don't hit the fairway on this hole, it is going to punish you.
This is really the first real trouble that these two have found themselves in too on these I guess they're on hole 6 now.
Yeah.
Their 6th hole. It's a good shape, but it's got to carry.
No, I think that's definitely in their range. Their range is definitely in their range.
It's probably circle's edge.
Yeah. Oh, unlucky. Yeah, there's a lot of guardian trees down at the end of this basket, and so you have to lay it in just right.
That was a good shot.
Yeah.
Probably 15.
No, I guess
I don't know where it
he
goes.
hit a tree.
He had to run that anyways. It got a little high.
Yes.
Great putt.
Oh, I shouldn't be clapping. Am I allowed to clap in these things?
We're allowed to clap.
Okay, we can clap. we are actively rooting against Scott Wallace and John Biscoe at this point.
I think I'm rooting against John Biscoe for various reasons.
If you stick around and watch the next round, you'll see why. Hole 8, the Beast, not the Beast. The Beast is 16. Hole 8 is like, it's like the little brother.
Yeah, hole 8's kind of you think it's the Beast, and then you get to hole 16, and it kind of laughs at your thought for hole 8. There is, I think I said 5 bad options off the tee. You're just kind of trying to figure out which way you want to attack it, and then from there, I think the consensus is you really want to stay on as high up the hill as you can.
Absolutely.
Morgan's going for that Hyzer route. It is there, but it's a little tight. And it looks like they both kind of found trouble.
She wasn't happy about it. So before we go any further, though, if you notice, this hole was sponsored by Billy Bob and Laura Vigil. Billy Bob was actually supposed to be golfing with us, but with some slippery tee pads earlier the week before, he actually injured himself. So we wish he could have been out there. Talked to him the other day. He's mending well. Wish he was out there with us, but I hope you get past your injuries, man.
You can see Biscoe goes up that left side, just trying to stay as high up the hill as he can off the tee.
Yeah, you definitely want to stay left. The higher you up on the drive, the better, in my mind.
I can't tell if she got caught in the holly there.
So word on the street, Eric Dobmeyer put his drive almost up to the blue basket on the left side, which is absolutely crazy. Matt, we don't have a camera on us. Matt just doesn't know what to say if that's the true statement, because that's what we call a chuck, right? Is that what the kids are saying these days?
Dob is a freak.
Or should I say sick? Because that's a good term, right?
No, I think your age is showing.
That is. I am old. Leave me alone. So here we are.
They're doing a pretty good job of scrambling out of that trouble they found themselves in early.
They are. It's a great shot of a mustache in a wild.
Yeah, I think unfortunately for the ladies here, I think the guys just need to make sure they don't mess up here. And that's really not a good place you want to be in on this hole. You really want to make sure you're ahead of the curve, so to speak.
Good tree.
Oh, yeah, she had some want on it though. I think she needed to try to put a bid on the basket.
Yeah, with Morgan being up there, she had the green light, and you could tell she was pushing it hard. Let's see if these putters can keep it going.
They've been putting well.
Yeah.
They've been putting well.
Absolutely. All right, hole 9. Hole 9 is a straight shot. Once it gets past those clusters of tree, you'll see you're probably about 150 more feet, and the blue basket is located on the right side of the service road. So what you want to do is you want to just get past this first middle cluster of trees, and you have an easy up and down for par.
Yeah, this is just a lefty hole.
Yeah. Or you could be Nick Carl and do a forehand and almost hit the basket off of a skip. He came about, I don't know, a foot from acing this hole.
Yeah, well, he's on the loser's side.
That is true. He is in the loser's bracket. He did lose to Kevin Ciccone and me. I'm just saying.
So we have this hole and hole 1 left. The girls really need to get they can't lose this hole. If they lose this hole, it's done.
It looks like Crystal had an early tree shot, and Morgan had it just go off to the left a little bit. So they're going with Crystal's shot.
They've done a good job of making sure there's pressure on the guy's putt or approach. Let's see if they can't get close, try to keep that theme alive.
That way. You know, when they win, they're gonna say, we won.
I think Crystal is just giving Scott the business.
Ooh. Yeah, unfortunately, I think they needed to make that.
Yeah. So at this point, all the
And
guys,
they came close.
Yeah, at this point, all the guys have to do is lay up. You know, for all the stuff we give Biscoe, it kind of looked like that hurt. It felt like he kind of didn't want to beat him, but at the same time, you know, you're going to the championship.
Yeah, where he gets to
face
me and Fish.
I couldn't when I drew that team. I could not believe it. It was I was amazed that, oh no. So if you stick with us and stay for the championship round, you will see the Joes face the true pros of Matt Hammersten and Andrew Fish.
And I don't know what I'm going to do if I lose to John Biscoe again.
Well, if you tune in for the next final championship round, let's see if we find out if Matt has to figure out what he has to do with the rest of his life.